Salam fam, hope you're doing fantastic. Let's continue our debunking of this inaccurate book which misrepresents Christianity, evolution, and Islam, and should be treated as science fiction. It's not even that good of a riddle book. I mean, it's just really strange. I don't know how anyone could believe this man was a messenger of God. It's quite ridiculous. So, again, here on this page, you'll just see how deep his hatred goes and his bloodlust for war. So let's look at this. Their pale white skin, their blue eyes, even disliked by themselves. Okay, this one I thought was kind of weird. Who hates just eye color? I mean, do you see people walking around being like, I hate your brown eyes, I hate your blue eyes, I hate your green eyes. There's so many things going on in the world that if somebody has the time to complain about eye color, clearly their priorities in life are just obscured. I mean, could you imagine focusing on eye color and not like roads, schools, libraries, water sanitation, but you're walking around complaining about the blue eye color? I mean, come on, man. And I've never met anyone who hates their eye color. I mean, it's quite strange. When I see a little kid with blue eyes or any color eyes, I just think, oh, a cute little kid. It's just quite strange. Tells any black man or woman that in those blue and green eyes there just can't be any sincere love and friendship for them. So, do you see his lunacy here? He's saying that if you have blue or green eyes, there is not any sincerity in you, and there's no love in you, and there's no friendship in you. And he contends that if you possess blue eyes, it's impossible for you to be kind to black people and love them. I mean, I've seen black people with greenish, bluish hazel eyes. I mean, what is he talking about? Seriously, it's astounding that anyone ever believed this man. I mean, it just goes to show you how evil finds these really strange ways to brainwash people. Somebody is really walking around mad about eye color when there's wars and famine and drought and everything else. How could anyone think that your eye color determines what kind of love you'll have for your fellow human beings? I mean, truly, this man is blinded by hate. He continues, they are unlike, and we are like. Like repels, unlike attracts. The very characteristics of black and white are so very different. Again, he's focusing on intense hatred. Intense hatred. People are just different. If you have somebody from Kenya, and then you have somebody from Zimbabwe, and then you have somebody from northern Italy versus southern Italy, we're all going to be very different, just depending on where we grew up and our parents. I mean, he really likes to generalize and divide. It's quite bizarre how focused he is on such trivial, nonsense things, and how he's able to maximize it into something profound. It's really strange. He continues, black people have a heart of gold, love, and mercy. Such a heart nature did not give to the white race. So, again, it's astounding that this person believes that your skin shade determines whether you will have mercy or not. And he also ignores, like, if there's genocide in Rwanda, there's wars all over Africa, and there's wars amongst Europe amongst themselves. There's always been war in every culture. I mean, the Aztecs were, really into human sacrifice. I mean, their pyramids, when they'd slice somebody up, blood just drenched down the stairs. And mercy is something that can be in everyone and not in everyone. I mean, come on now. There is just so much insanity in this man's heart, how he truly desires to really evoke hatred. I don't know what somebody did to this man. I mean, I think he's satanically possessed. Maybe that's why he's always talking about devils, is because he is one. Because I don't know how you could generalize off of something as trivial as skin shade and eye color. I mean, really, he really is trying to get people just to hate their own family members. It's quite strange. He goes further. This is where the so-called blanks are deceived in this devil race. Again, calling white people's devils. He's called them every name in the book, and I started to notice that he mixes Jewish people and people from the Caucasus together, which is a little bit bizarre. But again, any racial nationalist is already a lunatic. They think they have the same kind of heart, but the white race knows better. So, you see what he did here? He's saying that white people are born with just a different sense of moral code. And what's really strange is that he really wants to push his readers and his followers into really thinking that white people have a innate defect. I mean, it's so strange. That's why I never understand supremacists of any race. It's just like, get a life, man. He continues, they have kept it as a secret amongst themselves, that they may be able to deceive the black people. So he's telling his followers that all white people know a secret, that they're born different with a different heart, and that their heart that they know is incapable of mercy and incapable of love and incapable of having friendship with black people. I mean, basic logic would prove this man wrong. I mean, me being alive, all my siblings are half black, except for one Cuban sister. So it's like, what is wrong with this guy? I mean, you have so many mixed race people on the planet today, and he sees that as a sort of like conspiracy tactic to get rid of one race, and he sees it as white people's attempt to stay alive. I mean, he really must have just had the most ignorant type of followers in the world. I don't know how people could have ever fallen for this. How could they even have followers? I mean, if you're sitting in the audience and you really start to believe this, it's like, what happened to your brain? But maybe there's some type of demonic energy in the room, you know? Something that he's doing on the down low. Because I don't know how you could ever say such things and not have shame in your heart. Now, he said black people have a heart of gold, love, and mercy, right? So this emphasis on mercy, he talks bad about white children. He's calling people evil because of eye color. So he's also promoted genocide. If you're promoting hatred based on things that are out of people's control, that's not mercy. Okay? A cute little chubby baby that was born in Italy or France or Sweden did not choose it. And if they grow up with a black cousin who's like mixed race, they're gonna love each other and play and have fun. So it's like, how can he claim that all black people have mercy when this man, he does not have mercy? He is trying to make people not be able to marry based off love. If a black man and a white woman love each other, or a black woman loves a white man, he contends that they should never be together. Love is love in that way. If you have two mixed race people who want to get married and you tell them no and you're a tyrant, that's not mercy. If you look at an adorable baby in a basket with their cute little blue eyes and blonde hair and you hate them and you think that they don't even have the capacity to have love and that they don't have the same heart as you, that's not mercy, because you've dehumanized them. If you dehumanize, that's not mercy. Remember, he said white people were descendants of apes. They were savages on caves and hills. He even said that Musa Moses, had to protect himself from white people by making a ring of fire around him. So his hypocrisy and illogical fallacies prove this man does not have mercy. And he is somebody who, if he was alive today, I would love to sit down in a chair with him and systematically debunk his book and debate him. But I could tell this man would probably never do that. He's a scammer, he's a liar, and someone that infected with hate probably has such a sharp energy about them that you'd probably think you're sitting across from an actual someone like who's demonically possessed. I mean, it's quite scary how he has no fear of Allah, makes up things about Allah, calls himself a prophet, so he slanders the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, slanders Moses, and slanders Jewish people, slanders Christians. He has left no one out of his hatred. So, again, there's followers like Ice Cube, Nick Cannon, who promote this, and there's people who publicly preach this in the streets, and it really makes you realize how dangerous this type of ideology is, and why everyone who has brain cells should go upon the easy task of proving that this is nonsense so that we can get their followers to being down to 0, a negative number, and that anyone who promotes this or believes in it as fact or theological or philosophical, they need some proper tutor aid, and we're doing that now, aren't we?